Now it's on film, he's going for it. It's fucking delicious. It's like first sip.
Yeah. Fine for Rita.
How you do? How you do?
Okay, something's gonna break.
We got him.
Oh, not a bad idea. Might as well slam a fucking hiney.
Camera's off, you guys can kiss again.
Did not the way we expected our game day to kick off, is it?
Guys, best event beer. Shower beer.
Free beer. Golf beer.
Passenger beer.
Vacation beer.
Nice pass.
The crack 'em if you got 'em beer. Oh! Tailgate beer, baby!
Porta potty beer, baby.
Work beer?
The boat beer.
Both beer. Fucking classic.
DJ party beer, baby. Let's go!
Locker room with the boys, beer.
Cold beer.
Woo! At home on a Friday night, drinking a beer, eating some popcorn, watching Netflix by yourself, surfing the internet, maybe looking at some Discord channels all by yourself, thinking about friends. At the Cowboys experience, meeting up with our boys for the first time. They've already been here a couple days, as have we. We're meeting up with our UK boys, Cowboys fans, and I don't know whoever else is here. But we're gonna go get
We're gonna find it out.
Canada, Cowboys campus right here next to me. Now let's go. Hey yo, what's up, baby? All I know is the Dallas Cowboys nation is taking over the motherfucking street. Let's go! DJ Kai, love you, brother. Hey, those are our locals from Canada. Their thing is crack 'em if you got 'em. So if you got a beer or something, they'll definitely crack 'em if you got 'em. Charity work together, collab, help some people out. That's what it's all about. One star, one family. We're all for one star. Together we're one family. That's the message. Who's house? Who's house? Who's house? Who's house? Damn straight Cowboys all day, every day, baby. Let's go.
Ice on my neck, yes, I see. Gold on my wrist, frostbite tea. I'm rich, yeah, I'm about boom. I got nothing left to prove. Ice on my neck, yes, I see. Gold on my wrist, frostbite tea. I'm rich, yeah, I'm about boom. I got nothing left to prove. Ice on my neck. Ice on my neck. Ice on my neck.
Crack 'em if you got 'em in Vegas. But we're at New York, New York. Cowboy Nation, we them boys, we take over Vegas. Monday Night Football, Cowboys versus Raiders. You feel me? You hear me? You feel me? You give me? You deal me? Crack me if you got 'em.
A fun ordeal.
When you're in America, you do American things, baby. Let's get it.
So this one is hot. It's ready to go. We don't want to shoot.
Yeah. I feel like I have to do it.
Oh, what is it?
What's that one?
This is the automatic 12 gauge.
That's awesome.
So we just spent the last couple hours at the gun range shooting some guns. Now, to officially be Texans, there's only one last thing for us to do.
It's not just a hamburger, it's a
Whataburger!
AJ's an AT&T guy. You can't hold him back. He's already out there. Didn't even wait for us. Wasn't even waiting for a shot. AJ. Oh, I thought he was getting mad at me for throwing the football.
Just in the dirt.
Right into the bread basket.
I'm gonna catch one on this kid.
All right, so
Do you need me to hit something? Did I guess that right? Yeah. I hit the right button out of all the buttons.
AJ on the block.
And boots.
Cowboy swag, about to rock the flock. Canadian host to them Philly birds get mocked. Cowboys can't fan podcast game locked. Crack 'em if you got 'em, pop tops and chill. Vancouver reppin' Dallas, show some real skill.
The funniest thing on your, what is this called? The
Roadcaster.
Roadcaster. I was just trying to be funny, and I thought if I hit a button and it played something funny, it would have been funny. But it played that.
Oh, that wasn't the right one.
It wasn't the right one, but it was like...
It was a good one.
So, you got that one? Let me try another one real quick.
Press it, though. That's
the right one.
There.
That's the right one, but... Okay, let's get it again.
Hit my intro music. Yeah, here we go with Boots on the Ground. Wednesday night main event in your town.
Whoa!
Oh yeah, we are rock and rolling.
I think that's
with
the first.
No way, Jay, are you going?
I think that's the first time I've ever heard you rhyme in one of your fake songs.
Bro, I always rhyme.
I had butter chicken and I got the burps, dude.
Oh,
I'm gonna
great.
gas you out tonight. I'm sorry. I'm gonna gas you out. But you already said in your song, we got Bot G Eric, Boots on the Ground Eric, in his stewed, which looks great. Crack him if you got him.
you got him.
Bot G, we love you. We appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. Obviously, you can see AJ Bandwagon Boy 2 is not in the house. He's sick. He's got the flu.
The sickness, the flu's going around, and
It is.
It's gotten AJ. It's weird with Ant over here, Boots. I feel like an extra level of like anxiety from him. Like because he has to be a bit more on. He's like like in show mode. Over there, he's kind of chilling. He's on his phone while we're getting stuff set up. But it's like he's ready to go, and it's like I gotta go. He's pressing buttons.
You gotta understand, Anthony wakes up every morning and he pisses excellence. He demands higher from people. So if you're gonna stand next to him, you gotta level up.
I don't mean to do that. I like just being being Chewbacca to your Han Solo. I'm having a good time here.
Come on, Chewie.
And we got fucking Luke Skywalker Boots with us. So I'm excited. I always forget how much shit there's to do on this side. And I don't like it. Like, I don't like to control it. And I like sitting over there and just chilling. But Boots, we appreciate you hopping on. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about as far as off-season goes. Free agency is a week away. The draft is a month and a half away. The combine just happened. So we're gonna touch on a lot of that. But the biggest thing that happened for the Cowboys, the Dallas Cowboys, is they freed up some cheddar.
They freed up some cap space.
And I don't know if any of us can explain it as well as this dork Ian Rappaport. So we're going to play this. We don't know if we're going to get flagged, but we're just going to run it and we're going to talk about it after because he explains it better than any of us can.
His cap clearing time was the case for the Dallas Cowboys. They cleared $47 million in cap space earlier today by restructuring the contracts of Dak Prescott, Tyler Smith, of CeeDee Lamb. They did as well, so he clears even more space. So he clears even more space. So the Cowboys now are cap compliant, which means they can spend. Now, let me just also add, this does not mean anyone's giving up any money. It's literally just a procedural thing. They kind of get fronted the money. Their cap gets spread out over the years. And it means that the Cowboys could spend like many, many other teams.
Oh, shit.
Our guy,
Shit. I gotta pause now. Okay, get rid of that. So what the main thing is there, the Cowboys boots have freed up $47 million as of, was it yesterday?
As of today.
Was that today?
Was it today?
It might have been. That shit was today. So not only are they freeing up money to start making some moves for free agency, but they've now got under the cap and they can still do a lot more. But Boots, in past years, this is not the case. It feels like the Cowboys are scraping by. So are you excited to see that maybe Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys are here to play this time?
Guys, I'm actually drinking the Kool-Aid this year. I know last year we heard the all in, but we saw absolutely no movement from Uncle Jerry. But this year just feels different just simply because we're not waiting around to do stuff. I mean, I was surprised as the next guy when he signed Javonte Williams, when we tagged GP3, when we're having conversations about Butter Brandon. Guys, we are literally miles ahead of where we were at this point of the season last year when nothing was going on. All you hear is so-and-so signed over here, and you see Seattle doing all these transactions and what they're doing, and Jerry Jones is absolutely doing nothing. And then we get to training camp, and you got guys sitting out, and then the negotiation finally starts happening, and then people that we were thinking linking to the Cowboys that would be a good asset, they're already gone because they're not waiting around. They took a deal from somewhere else. So this is a really good sign, guys. The fact that we're ahead of the curve as far as I'm concerned, and I feel like things have finally changed, and it's a start of a new era for Cowboys Nation.
Yeah, so that's a sentiment I think that a lot of Cowboy fans are hopefully feeling. It's weird because there's the optimistic people, like the new age outlaw Cowboy fan like myself, who hasn't seen years of disappointment of Jerry Jones, who was feeling it last season. Obviously, I came in 3 seasons of 12-5. I was fucking on. I was born into a great world, and then all of a sudden you start seeing all the fuckery coming around. So I'm still an optimistic Cowboy fan, but when stuff like this happens, I'm like, man, this feels different from everything that I hear. It feels different to me, but you got fans who have been around for years who still don't believe it yet, who still don't believe that the tides have changed. But It sounds like you do, Boots.
Oh yeah, no, I mean we're used to years of just mid at best performance from Jerry, because again he kind of waits till the end and he waits to pay his guys, and at the end of the day you would think that he'd try to jump the gun, and he has to reset the market unfortunately almost every time, because it is what it is. But like, you go back and look at Dak Prescott's contract. If he would have just not, instead of franchising him 2 times in a row before you finally gave him that long-term contract, he could have saved himself 10-15 million a year if he would have just gave him a 4 or 5 year contract from the get.
Yeah, and he's done that a bunch of times. Not only has it been with Dak Prescott on multiple of Dak's contracts, he tried doing that with CeeDee Lamb. They tried to do it with Micah Parsons. We ended up having to lose Micah Parsons. But yeah, this is the time. I hope Jerry's finally realizing that if you want to compete in the NFL landscape, you have to end up paying your players, especially the players that you drafted. And then the guy like you traded for George Pickens. So right now the Cowboys have freed up $47 million. If they sign George Pickens even to a $33+ million contract a year, that helps the cap right now, because he's counted as $28 million against the cap with the franchise tag. If they end up signing him long term, you could get that down to 8 or 9 million this year.
Oh yeah.
That frees you up 20 million.
Can you go? Is it Sport Track that shows where or over the cap? What's the one that has the up to date? Like, I just want to see what we're kicking at right now, right? If
8 million.
Is that
Cowboys have $8 million right now.
Yeah, so obviously, like
I could still pull it up.
Yeah, I think I just want to see
pull it up and pull it out if that's what you want. The issue is you have to talk while I do it.
Yeah, so
no, absolutely.
What I would, I mean, and you were already kind of alluding to it, getting this stuff in order. This is just them getting their house in order to continue to make moves. Obviously, when we were negative 30 million under the cap or over the cap, I guess you could say, and then all of a sudden Pickens gets franchise tags, so now we're 58. This is part of their plans, right? So when people are like, wow, the Cowboys only have, let's see what you can do with 11 million bucks. It's like, they're not fucking done. They're not going to do all of these things just to have $8 million available for free agency, right? And
no. By the time they're done with Tyler Smith and redoing CD and Dak Prescott, I mean, they can still cut Terrence aluminum foil, and that's another 18 million there easily. And so many other players that they can front some money right away and then open that up. And then again, that tag on GP3, that's kind of like a marker where and I like what Jerry did. It's an unrestricted, so he's not literally setting the market. He's letting other people like say, hey, this is what you're worth. So at that point, he can maybe offer a long-term multi-year contract and say, hey, okay, like, look, somebody's willing to give you this much for 2 years or 3 years, but we're going to go ahead and go 6 years, and we're going to do it for this amount of money and this much guaranteed.
You bring up a really good point, Boots. The way that they're handling the George Pickens franchise tag, I think, is great because it's very win-win on both sides. It allows the Cowboys essentially first right of refusal, and if he does decide, or if they decide to let him go, they get something back in return. So this is a good team deal for us. It also allows him to set the market, and I do feel that in a situation like this, if he was to go out and a team was to offer him, let's say, 34 million to kind of basically be right in line with CeeDee Lamb, the Cowboys could say, you know what, we're willing to pay that. We're willing to take on that deal for X amount of years and obviously be able to scrunch down that actual cap hit that he has for the 2026 season. So the way they're handling George Pickens, very different than they've done every other year, right? The way that they're starting to make these moves in free agency, cutting players before the season even begins, very, very, very solid moves. Usually this stuff gets drawn out, and we're seeing everybody waver away during the free agency rush.
So I'm just looking at this right now, reading it says top 51 cap space. I don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah.
But it's saying 6.9 million right now, which is 20th. I don't think that's the actual amount that the Cowboys have to spend. I think it's a bit more, but with ignoring that, you look at these names on this list. You got Dak Prescott, George Pickens, Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, Oso Digizua, CeeDee Lamb, and Terrence Steele. Who out of those guys is the black sheep on that list?
Terrence Steele, 18 million bucks.
Terrence Steele is, I feel like you could find a replacement or someone in the draft that will get you just as good production for a lot less. And this is the thing. A lot of us Cowboys fans, none of us are talking about tackles. But I'm telling you, if one of the top 2 tackles falls to 12, and I don't want to jump into draft stuff quite yet, but if one of the top 2 tackles falls to 12, expect the Cowboys to take him, because it just makes more sense to take a tackle that could probably give you the same amount of production as Terrence Steele for half the price almost. So that's an interesting thing. All of us are talking about defensive players and safeties and linebackers, but the draft still comes down to positional value. And one of the highest positional value players in the NFL is a tackle. So if you can get a blue chip starter at tackle, don't be surprised if the Cowboys do it. Would I hate it? I probably would yell. We'll be drinking screenshots, and I'd probably be pissed off at the time.
Depends on what they do in free agency.
Yes.
You just opened up my mind to a whole new thing. And first of all, real quick, shout out to our boy, Brent Packer guy, BPG. What's up, buddy? Love you, buddy. But no, I never even thought of it that way. Like getting a tackle in their first round with that 12th pick, it's going to allow us to like save some money, and we can use the money saved and go after like a linebacker or cornerback or safety in free agency.
For a lot cheaper than what you would spend on a 12th. If you take a linebacker or safety at 12, it's honestly, I'm not saying a bad decision, because if Sonny Styles, Arvell Reese, or Caleb Downs is there at 12, you'd be dumb not to take them. But the numbers say not to. The numbers tell you not to do it if you just look at what linebackers make on their second and third contracts. And that's just a fact of positional draft value. And this is a weird year because you might even see it. A lot of people are only selecting possibly 2 tackles in the top 15, but you might see a run on tackles because teams value positions so much. And that's what the Cowboys want. We want to see a couple tackles taken in the top 12. We want to see, hopefully, a quarterback taken, multiple wide receivers, right? Cornerbacks.
Yeah.
Those are all positions that are valued more than, again, if we get a Caleb Downs or a Sonny Styles at 12, I don't care what positional value says. That's the pick. But we hope that those guys fall because of that.
R2J2 saying only the top 51 highest paid players caps hit, plus all bonuses and dead money count against the team's salary cap.
So we're 20th there.
Yeah.
We're 20th there. But, I mean, guys, the Cowboys are doing things, like Boots had said, that we don't usually see.
Yeah.
They're signing guys early. The George Pickens thing is something that's, if the Cowboys get him done, like get his contract done prior to free agency, I'm saying, okay, the Cowboys are bought in this year.
Do you like George Pickens is it 2 first round tenders? Like it's 2 first rounds for George Pickens, right? Yes. So that's the only thing that makes it harder for a team to really look at it. I think if he had a first round tender on him, plus whatever it was, you'd have a lot of teams, I think, approaching him. The 2 first round deals, and it could be like 1 2026, 1 2027, not both in 2026, or it could be 2 first rounds next year, or so. Who knows how they actually deal with that one? But I mean that there is going to be teams that are going to be talking. I almost think that's going to be a lot of calls that they're going to be fielding or have already fielded with the George Pickens stuff. Don't you think?
Yeah, I don't think no one's going to be willing to give 2 first-round picks and then pay him and basically reset the market for wide receivers. That's insane. That was a really smart move by Jerry Jones to do that, because at the end of the day, he's not going to have GP3 feeling like he's undervalued. Because what if you tell the guy, hey, we want to pay you $32 million, and then somebody else says, well, we'll give you 33. All right, well, the Cowboys don't value me. That's what's going on here. They don't care. So no, it's like, hey, go out there, go see what they're saying you're worth, and then he has the opportunity to match it. So, and if it's something that's astronomical and they want to do something stupid like the Green Bay Packers and reset the market for linebackers, like they did with the Micah Parsons, then by all means take them. We'll take those 2-round picks. Thank you very much. Sorry, BPG.
And I think like just to kind of end off on this kind of cap talk and the moves that they're going to be making, kind of going into. Go ahead and crack them if you got them.
Yeah, we got them.
Crack them if you got them.
Who, like, we saw the 2 happen already. They have more players that they've already announced. Just takes a little bit longer going back and forth, getting certain deal structures in place. Do you think that we see the other 4 names that they had on their list of working with happen before March?
Give me these 4 names.
Well, it was
Give me 2 of the 4.
It was Dak Prescott and Tyler Smith.
CeeDee Lamb.
CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
And then they were looking to restructure Quinnen Williams, Kenny Clark, and was it Osa that they were also looking at their tackles?
Yeah, possibly. I know.
Their D line.
Yeah, he's one of the top paid players on the team. So yeah, if you can restructure, you definitely.
Terrence Steele. You need to restructure
or cut.
Terrence Steele is going to have to look at it and be like, yeah, hey, go talk to them, get me restructured.
They got less than a week to figure their shit out. What's today? What's today?
It's March 4th.
So they have a week and a half to figure it out. You want to be a player? You want to actually, Jerry Jones, you want to get into the playoff contention again? Sure, he talked all this shit in 2022 about going all in, but he's had a playoff caliber team. He has been out of the postseason the last 2 seasons. Put your money where your mouth is and fucking restructure this shit. Get George Pickens signed and get into free agency ready to rumble. That's the only option. Get some fucking defensive players on this team. Use the draft to then supplement what you didn't free up in free agency.
And I know you want to get. I know you're itching. You're itching to get over to the combine, but
I'm fine. This is a good conversation. I mean, the combine's the combine. What we're talking about right now is directly related to the Dallas Cowboys. I'm fine with talking about. I'll talk about this for an hour.
There are certain players who are not franchise tagged from their teams, and there are some moves that have happened. So who right now is available in the league as a free agent that the Cowboys could potentially go after? I know Trey Hendrickson was one. Quay Walker was one. for Green Bay, which if we go back, I got receipts. I was talking about Quay Walker going to the Cowboys, or I'd like him to go from Green Bay to the Cowboys. And AJ just hated me talking about Quay
I'm not
Walker.
a huge Quay Walker fan either. I mean, and this is okay, sorry.
But he's not franchised. He's on that list. So my question to everybody, BPG saying, you want Quay Walker? Please take him. I said out of a lot of those linebackers, he definitely would fit the amount that I would look at depending on what we do in the draft or what our draft targets are. Would I want Devin Lloyd over Quay Walker? Yes, I'd want Devin Lloyd over Quay Walker, but Ant's wanting to print. I
gotta print this shit. I don't know what I just
hit. Is it canceled?
Where?
To the right there.
I don't see it. Oh, down there. It was blocked by this. I was trying to zoom. No, this is the issue. You talk about these free agencies, but we're free agent players. We're just going to leave Trey Hendrickson up here because we do it behind baseball. You sign him, you don't get any other big free agent.
Yeah, he's your pick.
That's your guy. So is he by himself going to fix the Dallas Cowboys defense?
But what it does,
I hate it. I'll be mad if they get him.
But what he does is it probably stops them from picking an edge rusher in that first round. And now you have a corner and you have a safety, or you have a corner or a linebacker.
I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to ask both you guys, Boots, do you want to go out and sign Trey Hendrickson to a huge deal?
Absolutely not. And reason being, as you guys haven't mentioned him, but Odafe Owe from the Los Angeles Chargers, he's 27 years old. He's projected to go for about 10 million less. So when everyone's projecting Trey Hendrickson to go for 28 to 33 million per year, Odafe Owe, he's looking at somewhere between 19 to 20 million per year. And the dude's 6'5", he's 265 pounds. The guy's an absolute unit. So I think someone like him, and the Chargers play that same 3-4 defense. I think he'd fit our scheme a little better. And, he's used to, picking up tight ends and doing a little bit of coverage on that end as well, which, as you saw in the combine, these tight ends are getting bigger, they're getting faster. So someone like him is going to be pivotal for our defense. So I think that going after someone like him will save us a little bit of money. He's 4 years younger than Trey Hendrickson as well. And he's been good. So I would rather have someone like him and sign him for like a long-term deal, maybe 3 or 4 years, and save some money than to go after someone like a Trey Hendrickson, who's technically damaged goods too. So, you don't know.
That's my thing. The guy's 31 coming off a hip injury. That's enough. That's enough for me to say I'm good, man. I'm good. I'd rather the Cowboys draft an edge than put all their all the free agency money that they've accumulated to sign a guy that's, I don't want to say past his prime, because he has been pretty good, and he's played in the last 3 or 4 years. He's been probably a top 5 defensive end, but I'd rather draft a defensive end and then just use that money to sign other spots. Like you said, a guy that is $10 million cheaper, get a linebacker, get a safety. You could, with the money that you're going to pay Trey Hendrickson, you could maybe get a tier 2 or 3 defensive end and then 2 other positions for that same price.
And just for the record, I mean, BPG saying the fact that you are all looking at an edge rusher for all that money, OMG, your cap hit, blah, blah, same crap y'all said about Mike and he's older. Makes perfect sense. I don't know if he's saying...
I don't understand we didn't want to pay Micah $47 million. We were all happy when they traded him. Yes,
sounds like buyer's remorse from the
right? What all I'm hearing is we're trying to find a player that will have production for half the fucking price.
Okay, so
come on, BPG. Okay, so, use your ears, man.
So my question here, and I'll go off of this here for you, and you can make that full screen there. I think that's what's screwing you up.
Is it this?
Yeah.
Oh, that is it.
You're a Mac boy.
That's okay. Yeah. Full screen me.
So the thing with free agencies, I want to know who. So you said Odafe as edge rusher, but just on the list of free.
But who I think they're going to spend the money on is going to be Nakobe Dean. We're going to steal him from the Sheagles. He's familiar with Christian Parker. That's his guy right there. So I think if anyone's going to come, we're going to spend some money. It's going to be on Nakobe Dean.
All right.
Yeah. Add what you were going to say.
No, I just
who then money wise?
Yeah,
my free agency guys, linebacker. I'm sticking with Boots. I want a linebacker, Devin Lloyd from the Jaguars.
Yeah,
I'd be fine with the Cowboys sinking money into that because I just hate watching this fucking team not have a linebacker. It drives me bonkers. I've literally felt this way since Sean Lee retired. Sure, there was a couple good seasons when you had Jalen Smith and LVE doing their thing. But I'd say in the last 10 years, it's been just killing me watching the linebacker play of this team and watching fucking Kenneth Murray and the shit we put out there last season. Just get me a linebacker. Get me a linebacker in free agency and I'll be happy.
I know we're going to dive into it later, but Jacob Rodriguez with that 20th pick, to me, that's going to be the Jerry move. The guy's Texas Tech. He's a Texas guy. He's going to sell jerseys because he's Latino, because he's Mexican. I mean, there's not too many of them in the league right now. So he's going to jump on that market. Dude, there's such a huge market in Mexico for the NFL. It would not surprise me that his jersey would outsell Fernando Mendoza's.
Really?
I promise you that. I promise you that.
But,
him being a Cowboy, it would totally sell more jerseys than Fernando Mendoza would.
What round do you think he's going in, though?
It's going to be second round. I'd be surprised if he doesn't go in the first 4 or 5 picks in the second round, but it wouldn't surprise me if somebody picks him up in the late in the first. I mean, his draft stock jumped up tremendously because he went in there and he did everything right. Granted, there's a lot of guys who didn't do anything in the combine, and I get it, because if you're ranked so high, then you can only go down. So you don't want to put yourself in that position. I'm sure their agents are going to be like, nah, dude, everyone's already projecting you for 5th or 6th pick, so you're not going to do anything to diminish that. Because there's some other guys that they showed up. And
hey, because you're giving us a perfect segue here to our next article here. NFL Combine winners and losers, biggest draft risers and fallers, and this is by DAZN.com, which is a Canadian company, or I guess, what are they, a streaming app?
Yeah.
Canadian streaming app. But I'm going to ask you guys, before we look at DAZN's, because Boots was talking, there was a couple guys that didn't need to run the NFL Combine and did, and absolutely smash it. So I just want to hear, give me 2 guys, and I'll let you guys go, and I'll try to pick up the pieces. We know the obvious ones, and I think the obvious ones are fine to talk about because they're guys we like. So whoever you guys want to say, but let's hear your guys' draft risers. And I guess we could say fall, if you have someone that fell because of the Combine, because I got one in my head. But if you guys got risers and fallers, I want to hear it. I want to talk about it, because that's, the Combine used to be a little bit different. The Combine used to be the bread and butter to what NFL teams did. Now, like Boots had said, agents are almost telling their clients to not do certain things because it might hurt their draft stock. So, but let's open this up. Give me some draft risers and fallers before we, I guess, cherry pick this article.
Well, I'm going to let our guest, Boots on the Ground, I'm going to let him go first. And I just want to do another transition shout out for Boots. BPG saying, Eric, are you getting smaller? Yeah, Boots is looking svelte these days. Look at him.
Boots, you look like you've dropped a couple pounds.
Boots is looking like he's going to go compete for that linebacker position.
A little bit. No, if I lose enough weight, I won't qualify anymore. I won't be heavy. But I've been working out a little bit, trying to lock in. There's a lot of stuff coming up in the summer. We got World Cup action, and with Formula Deportes, you know how superficial everyone is. They want you to be sexy, and so I'm gonna try to do my best to try to lose a little bit of weight, because that camera does add, as you can see already, about 10 pounds more. So, but I'm on my journey. I'm about 21 pounds down from the year. So I'm hoping to keep it going. But thank you, dude. BPG, I love BPG, man. That guy's my spirit animal. And I'm trying to look up, who do I want to talk to? Well, who do I want to talk about? There was
I can while you're looking for yours, I can rattle off mine. I just wanted to say that you're looking tight here these days.
Svelte.
He's looking svelte.
Very svelte. I can't wait to get him in some suede.
Get him in some suede. So a couple of prospects that went up the board, at least. Again, I wasn't really looking at offensive guys. I was primarily looking at the defense. I think Sonny Styles is a guy who was already on our radar. He was already somebody that was on our board. I think what his combine did was it kicked him right off of our board. Like, I think the way it's happening, just with how what's shaken from the combine, is Sonny Styles stock's gone up and Caleb Downs' stock has went down. And I feel at this point, the Cowboys absolutely do now have a chance to take Caleb Downs, because A, he didn't work out of the combine, and B, all of this ACL and what was it?
They said meniscus, though.
Meniscus.
I'd be hard to find a NFL player or a guy that's been playing football his whole year, his whole life, that doesn't have meniscus.
But they're saying, that looking. So in my mind, that shift right there happened. I think Sonny Styles is actually going to probably go before Caleb Downs. And again, that's just what a thought is. He was the talk of the draft. Obviously, you can say you can look back at tape. I found it a little weird that you see a lot of his measurables. Arvell Reese was right there, and some people feel that Arvell Reese had better tape than Sonny Styles last year. But that was just the biggest thing that I thought is like, okay, you know what, post combine, Sonny Styles' stock went completely up and Caleb's down. Not saying it dropped. I just think it means, well, wait a second, maybe it is a little bit more manageable, that there's a potential that he could actually drop into our lap.
I would bet money that Sonny Styles is not drafted by the Dallas Cowboys. If I had to bet money on someone, and I'm going to tell you, I'm going to call it right now. Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs are both going into the NFC East. They're just going to different teams. One's going to the Giants and one is going to the Commanders.
Who's going first, though?
I think, no, sorry. I think the Giants could use a really good safety. I don't know. I think either would be good, but let's go Sonny Styles to the Giants at 5 and then Caleb Downs to the Commanders at 7, which I'll hate. I'll absolutely hate it because they're both guys I would hope would drop down to the Dallas Cowboys. But for me, and Boots already talked about him a little bit, a guy that Cowboys fans were hoping to maybe have a shot at in the 4th round completely played himself into the 2nd round, I'd say, and Boots called it. Jacob Rodriguez, a guy that I really like. He's a little bit, people say undersized a little bit, but the guy's fast. He's intuitive. He killed the combine. He was one of the fastest players running the positional drills. If anyone made themselves some money, Jacob Rodriguez did at the linebacking position. And then a dude that I don't think the Cowboys ever had a chance in, and he's a top 5 pick in my head, Jeremiah Love. The guy Jeremiah Love did not need to run a single drill at the combine and was going to be a top 10 pick. He goes out there and puts up numbers better than Saquon Barkley at the combine, better than Christian McCaffrey, better than Bijan Robinson, better than Ashton Genty. The guy,
than CMC. Was catching better than a lot of the wide receivers.
So Jeremiah Love, a guy that I never expected the Dallas Cowboys to get or need. I just thought I liked watching him in college, and it was cool to see these like Sonny Styles and Jeremiah Love and Arvell Reese, dudes that are projected to be top 10 players, go out there and then just cement the reason why they're top 10 players.
I just didn't like that Jeremiah Love was ignoring the fact that he actually had maybe he didn't know that the Cowboys were called America's team, but he was in that interview. He's like, they're like, oh, so what do you think about your meeting with America's? He's like, I don't know if I met with America's team.
He doesn't want to go to a team where he's going to be second string.
Yeah.
You know, he wants to be the bell cow. He wants to be the star. He wants to get paid like a first rounder and actually do something with go out there and play, because these guys are used to being starters the last 3 or 4 years in college. They don't want to go somewhere and, you know, warm and hold on to Javonte Williams' towel, you know?
I like that. And then further in the combine, if I'm trying to think about players, I mean, ads guy, Bud Clark.
Yep.
Nailed it. Like Bud Clark, a dude that we might have a chance at in the 4th round, hopefully. Had a very good combine.
I just don't think he's going to be around in the 4th round.
He definitely helped his stock. So a couple dudes we've covered. Anthony Hill Jr., that is a fringe 2nd round, 1st round linebacker out of Texas. He helped his draft stock, I think.
Kyle Pitts.
Who?
Look,
Kyle Lewis.
Kyle Pitts from Pitts.
From Pittsburgh.
Kyle Pitts. The fucking tight
But you're not wrong.
Kyle Lewis. Kyle Lewis definitely helped his stock. There's a couple of guys that on the defensive side of the ball. I don't know. I mean, your thought about Ruben. I mean, we're gonna look at it right now, and we're just kind of freeballing it. We're freeballing.
Boots
over
didn't give us this guys.
Yeah,
yet.
Boots. Can you fucking talk already, Jesus, Boots?
Well, you know, I'm gonna go deeper, like someone like 3rd or 4th round. I think I'm gonna go with Chris Johnson from San Diego State. The guy, he got a little criticism because they list him at 6 feet, 185, but he's probably like more like 5'11". But the guy is an absolute ball hawk. Has huge returnability. He's a ton of interceptions. But what I loved about him the most is that I think he'd fit our scheme really, really well, because there was one stat that I saw that his entire career in college football, whenever he had to like make a tackle or stop the runner, like he was like 98.7% that he's going to make the tackle. So like no one ever got by him. If he had to make a tackle, like there were no missed tackles. It didn't matter who he was trying to stop. He was like a little pit bull. So even though he was a little undersized, he had that closing speed. And so basically, even though he did play for San Diego State in that Pac-12, so he didn't play that level of SEC competition, the man was absolute dominant. He was kind of like the Mansour Delane of the Pac-12, you know? And so to me, someone like him, if we can get him like in that 4th round, which he's projected to go around 4, but if the Cowboys get him in the 3rd, that's an absolute steal. It's going to be someone kind of like early Deron Bland, who came from a school like Fresno State, who really wasn't known nationally. But if you watch Pac-12 football, and I do, I'm a little biased because I'm in California, so I'm more exposed to it. These kind of players, like they're just, especially someone like him, who I believe will be like an asset in that same 3-4 scheme, because again, he's going to be asked to be on an island a couple times, and that's no problem for him. He's going to be asked to blitz and make a tackle, and if the quarterback doesn't hand off the ball and gives a quick slant to the running back, there is no way that this guy's going to miss that tackle. It doesn't matter how big. It could be Derrick Henry on the other side, and he's going to make that tackle.
Yeah, you got to get that. You got to get that helmet in those legs, man. You got to make that tackle, and that's. I mean, any Cowboys fan could say last year watching the Dallas Cowboys defense play for 17 games, what was their biggest issue? They couldn't tackle. Nobody on the team could tackle. So to me, grittiness for a defensive player is huge. A guy that's not scared to get in there and make tackles, a guy that can wrap, has, like you mentioned, a high success rate in tackling, not a lot of broken tackles, and then just not scared. You have to be a little bit of a pit bull. A dude that we kind of got after the Can Fan crew did their first mock draft, there was a dude sitting on the board at 12 that we refused to take because we wanted to see him in the combine, and his name's Jermod McCoy. We refused to draft him, and people kind of criticized us and came out at us a little bit. And our only answer was, we want to see what he does in the combine.
Yeah. See him work out.
Fast forward 3 weeks later, the dude
working out.
He refused to run the combine. 450 days. That's 450 days. That's a year and almost a half after his knee injury, and he still didn't want to do combine drills. I refuse to ever take him in a mock draft until he does something at his pro day.
Well, I'm not going to hold that against him. I'm not, because that could be an agent move. His agent's like, look, dude, if he would have gone in the NFL last year's draft, he would have been the Mansour Delane. He would be like the number 1 guy. And all year went by, he's done nothing. So basically, they're saying, hey, you're still the number 1 guy. You could be the number 1 guy. We don't know. He has absolutely nothing to gain from showing up at that combine.
Yes, he does. Yes, he does. If he goes out there and runs a 4.3, yeah, he, instead of being maybe a pick at the Cowboys, he could be a top 5 pick. There's no cornerbacks in this draft. We're talking about the first cornerback getting drafted at 12. Go back to the last 10 drafts and try to find me a draft where a cornerback hasn't been drafted in the top 10. If he goes out there and performs even half decent after coming off a knee injury, he's going top 10. Him not doing it, if he doesn't run his pro day, he shouldn't even be drafted in the first round.
But what if he doesn't? What if he falls short? And now all of a sudden it's going to be, he hasn't recovered from his injury. Now he's going to be a 3rd round or a 4th round.
I think that's I think that's easier to defend. I think that's easier to defend than being too scared to compete. You're an athlete. Athletes compete.
I think possibly we're going to see him, and Boots, Ant's not yelling or getting upset with you. Actually, you know what? Fuck you, Boots. He is getting mad.
I'm mad at McCoy. I think I'm mad at the agent. If the agent told him not to compete, you are an athlete. Yeah. The whole point of a combine and a pro day is to show that you can play in the NFL. If he doesn't go and do that, he shouldn't play in the NFL.
Yeah, so I think a pro day, this is what's weird, and I think kind of what Boots
I love
saying.
you, Boots. This is not me. I'm mad. I'm taking all the energy of people getting mad at us for not taking him at all.
Do you want something else? Because everyone in the chat, well, non-Cowboy fans in the chat are saying Cowboys are not America's team. And then R2J2 says this. They haven't been America's team in 30 years. The Eagles and the Chiefs are closer to America's team now with the run they've both been on in the last 8 to 9 years. The Eagles will never be America's team.
It's easy. Just look at look at the highest grossing team in the world. It's not even it's literally the highest grossing team of all sports.
Ratings?
Yeah.
Ratings. Yeah.
Yeah.
When the Cowboys aren't even a postseason team, they still smash the ratings.
The reason I'm in kind of a little battle right now is I just said, they're saying, the only people that call it is cowgirls and Cowboy fans and Chris Collinsworth. And I said, no,
I mean, that is funny.
Every fucking analyst out there uses the word America's team outside of it. And we're Canadian.
And RJ, he's a Philly fan, right?
R2J2 is a Philly fan, yep.
Yeah, exactly. So, the difference is that, like when the Cowboys are playing, we're watching no matter what. We're watching every single Cowboy game. If we're watching the Eagles, it's because they're playing the Cowboys. I am literally not watching an Eagles game unless it's like Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football or Thursday night and there's nothing else on, then I will watch that game. But all these haters, they're watching us no matter what. Like even if their game is on another channel, they're still watching the Cowboys because they want us to lose. They want us to lose more than they want their own team to win.
Oh yeah.
They just don't know it. And thanks to that hatred, it keeps us America's team because that's what we're going to be on primetime because they keep watching. So thank you, haters. You are literally the biggest fan base out there that exists because there's literally the haters, and then there's America's team, and they keep us America's team. So thank you guys for that hate.
And guess what? And guess what? You just type in Google who's America's team, and you'll see the results. That's all I got. That's all I got to say.
We'll do that. You did Google and show me now highest grossing or highest valued sports team.
Oh man,
give me that.
You guys are pulling up receipts?
Yeah, give me highest valued sports team.
Show them the receipts, man.
In the world.
Show them the receipts.
Oh, yeah, I should get it up on here. Here, let me get it up on here.
Thank you for detracting our combine talk to defend America's team.
There's ad back to not rhyming. Here, you can go to the screen here.
It's called being rhythmically in sync.
Is that it?
Yeah. Did you guys hear the breaking news about Philly?
They suck balls.
A little political. Apparently, the United States government is going to send Jalen Hurts over to Iran to overthrow their government.
Because he just tosses. I was going to say bombs, but that'd be a good thing.
Yeah.
So I didn't say it. But okay, we got the Dallas Cowboys, the world's most valuable sports team, valued at an estimated $13 billion in 2026, holding the top spot since 2016. So people talk about 30 years. That's irrelevant. They've been the top team for the last 10 years value-wise. The NFL dominates these rankings with top teams, blah, 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 blah. But so you got top 5 most valuable sports teams. Dallas Cowboys at 1, Golden State Warriors at 11, and then we don't need to talk about these bullshit 2 other teams.
Giants.
And then the Lakers at 10 billion at 5.
Okay.
Yeah. Look at that.
That's just fact. That's facts.
Shuck it, Trebek.
So that's facts. We got to go through this. Did I get rid of this article? The combine one. Okay, here we go. We got this.
All right.
So this is DAZN's, and we'll just buzz through this real quick. NFL combine winners and losers, who rose and who fell.
This was written by someone we've never read his article before, Jason Abbey.
Thanks, Jason.
But there you go, Sonny Styles, obviously winner of the draft, first person up.
Yeah, biggest. Yeah, and we're not going to watch any of the stuff he does because we'll get flagged. But biggest, we all know that. Everyone that pays attention to football knows that.
Yeah, Sonny Styles was the name out of this this NFL combine.
Well, here, give me some of that.
So Sonny Styles at the 2026 combine, taller than Mike Evans, faster than GP3, quicker than Patrick Peterson, jumps higher than Devontae Adams, more explosive than Derwin James Jr., and he's heavier than Trent Cole and boots on the ground Eric Serrato.
Yeah, he actually overtook his teammate Arville Reese because until the combine, everyone had Arville Reese listed above him.
Yeah,
and now I mean, Arville's still up there, but he's not above Sonny Styles.
That's a riser. That's the epitome of riser. He definitely took the, he didn't have to. He probably didn't have to compete, but he decided to.
This is also another interesting one. I mean, there was a couple mocks that AJ and I were doing, and Kenyon Sadiq came up, and AJ was trying to convince me to take him. I think it might have been one of the ones that it was. I think it was the episode that it was just AJ and I doing a bandwagon boy mock draft. And I was like, I don't want a tight end. After seeing his pro day and watching highlights, I'm like, oh man, maybe taking a tight end would be absolutely, completely irresponsible. But this dude balled out. Had one of the best days ever by a tight end at the combine. 40-yard dash was a 4.39.
Best ever.
Yeah, best ever by a tight end.
So what?
Vertical jump, 43.5.
So did Kyle Pitts. Where are they now, you know?
True.
Yeah,
true. You're not wrong.
Yeah, and this is where everyone's like, yeah, combine numbers are great and all, but like, let's see the tape. What can they do?
Yeah, and I mean, he was fringe first round, but again, a tight end's the one spot where I don't need them to be the fastest player ever.
Oh, especially when you got a block.
Jeremiah Love, this is Ant's boy, Notre Dame, doesn't know who America's team is. That's right, I said it, boys, America's team.
I don't want it anymore.
Only one running back. You know what? I'll let you read this because he's your guy.
Thanks, man. Only one running back in the past decade was 6 feet tall and ran a 4.37, 40 or quicker. That was Isaac Guerrero, who we watched fucking torch the Dallas Cowboys. Make it 2 today. Love runs a 4.37 40 at 6 foot and 212, and that was his first attempt. He actually shaved a millisecond off.
His weight, and his weight, that's a good weight. That's an NFL weight that he has there too.
That's scary. Someone's going to get a really good player in Jeremiah Love. Okay, here. This is what I mean. if this dude, Spencer Fano, offensive line out of Utah, is sitting there at 12, man, the Dallas Cowboys are going to have a very hard time not taking him. Very hard time.
Okay, so him and Caleb Downs are sitting there. Who do you think they take?
Fano.
You think so?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, I honestly do. I think Fano and how do you say his name? Mauanoa. They're gone in the top 10. And that's the one good thing about these offensive tackles. No one wants to draft them because we all want to do the sexy draft picks.
Yeah.
So it affects the PFF, what we do. But if a team, like you look at a team like the Saints, a team like the Cardinals, I could see both those teams going offensive tackle.
So if
the Giants could go offensive tackle.
If Fano is sitting there or Mauanoa is sitting there at 12 and you have teams creeping up your board to you trade back, right?
Yeah, you trade back. Definitely.
Get some capital. We want that second day. Pull an edge, a linebacker, and a safety. Boots on the ground gets his fucking Rodriguez pick.
That'd be sweet, dude.
And then Arvell Reese, we know he had a shaker mover. And then these are just some names. If you recognize any of these names or have something to say about them.
Tiedemann was the guy that I was going to say. I really like Tiedemann as
Thienemann. It's just Thienemann.
Are you sure? I thought it was Tiedemann.
No, it's Thienemann.
I like Dylan Tiedemann.
Thienemann.
Safety out of Oregon.
I'm just going to stop our mispronunciation of it before we say it for the next 10 years.
And
Dylan Thienemann.
So
say it with me 3 times.
So Dylan Tiedemann.
Yeah, I know, you fucker. But this is the thing. Then you guys do it as trolls, and then people just think we're stupid.
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, it happens. He's on there twice, so that means he's definitely a winner here.
No,
right?
that's Tiedemann, and that's Thienemann.
Thienemann. So Dylan Thienemann, safety out of Oregon. He's a guy that I think would fit really well into. I was saying this a couple weeks ago. I really like him over a couple of the other safety options in those top rounds. I wouldn't actually be mad if the Cowboys reached and took him at 20 because he's probably projected to go late first, maybe early second. But that's one of the guys that I think his tape shot could shoot him up a couple spots up people's draft boards.
PFF has him at 15.
Yeah, I don't think 20 is a reach.
I think that's a good pick. I'm saying a couple of weeks ago
he was a reach.
He was like 20, 29. He was like 43.
That's why he's this though.
Yeah. Combine winner.
He's a combine winner. He is. Yeah, you're right. That's a combine winner. Boots, you see.
And Lorenzo Styles too, the brother. Which I thought would be funny because that would be a headline for Jerry, like Cowboys signed Styles, and then when it's like Lorenzo Styles, Lauren joins the Cowboys.
Look, take Sonny Styles at 12, Lorenzo Styles at 20, get the Style Bros in there.
No. He's not. Lorenzo Styles is like
a 5th round pick.
6th round.
Yeah, he's deep. He's deep there. Biggest combine losers.
Okay, so Malachi, he
or as I like to say,
Malachi.
That's how you say it in Spanish, Malachi.
No, sorry, it wasn't Malachi Fields that had the bad interview. It was Lemon, right?
Yeah, Boots is a USC guy.
Yeah,
my guy.
Makai Lemon.
So you talk about Makai Lemon maybe hitting. I thought he was going to be a top 12 pick. So I was like, okay, good. He's a wide receiver that could potentially, the one of the teams in the top 11 could possibly take Lemon and help the Cowboys offensive or defensive players kind of drop to us. But do you think his fucking interview just totally scooped him out of there?
No, he's going at least 10 or 11.
Okay.
He's definitely going up there.
Okay.
The only video that we have of someone that kind of no one really fell according to DAZN, but they don't you dare doubt Nebraska running back Emmett Johnson, but he was one of the fallers. And let's just hear what he had to say.
I like where I'm at right now. And for the guys that said I'm small, they can go look at my yards after contact. I can run any run in the playbook, inside zone, outside zone. So, yeah, I'm going to be a weapon out there for sure. They're going to see it real soon. You'll see tomorrow, too.
Oh, so he did say that, but then he didn't test very well. And again, I think he still ran a 4.5, which isn't awful, just not considered fast.
So he said he's trying to put on a show at the combine. Sadly, his 4.56 second 40 showed the slowest among running backs, did little to ease the concerns about his long speed. Johnson followed up that with bottom 4 numbers in the vertical, broad jump, and bench press, likely causing his draft stock to plummet.
Okay.
So he's talked and said, "Hey, I'm gonna show you what I got," and then he showed you what he got, and that's not great,
you don't say something like that and then crash and burn. And then they have other combine losers: Mason Thomas, edge out of Oklahoma; Drew Shelton, offensive tackle, Penn State; Max Clare, tight end out of Ohio State; Caden McDonald, defensive tackle, Ohio State. That kind of wraps that up. And again,
a lot of guys that we weren't really monitoring or looking at.
No, they're
anyways,
probably
right?
kind of deeper in the rounds. The issue with the combine, and I don't mind a player not going in the combine. I'm fine with that. I don't care. Take your pro day in a controlled environment. You can decide what you want to do. I don't even care about a guy not running the 40. But if I'm going to draft a cornerback in the first round, you bet your ass I better see how he moves other than a year and a half from the last time he did anything. That's just the way I feel. I mean, I feel like it's like anything. If you're buying a car, if you're hiring someone to do anything in life, if you're hiring someone, you want to see their past work, not from a year and a half ago. You want to see their recency. So it might be an agent move, Boots, but I think it might hurt him more than it helps him.
You're talking about Jermod McCoy.
Jermod McCoy, yeah.
Yeah.
I think to me, and again, I mean, not participating in the combine is not the end of the world. Monsieur Delane did not participate in the combine. He's still projected to be a top 15 pick. But they're both, I guarantee you, Delane's going to run a pro day, and I guarantee you that McCoy's also going to do a pro day.
Yeah, that's what I think. I mean, you would be hard pressed to see them to completely sit out, and it's like, well, whatever. If I fall to number 2 or second or third round, like that just does. There's millions of dollars on the line, and okay, maybe you don't hit the measurables you want, but in a controlled environment, running certain routes with people that you're comfortable with, you heighten your chance to not have any errors kind of happen, right? You look at certain, like, let's say quarterbacks who decide to not throw or to not participate. And, they either are going to plummet like Shadur Sanders, which is a whole nother area. Or if you look at a guy like Mendoza, who isn't going to throw at the draft, he's projected to go number 1, which I don't think that's changed. He's also helping out some of those other guys on his team that probably didn't either get a combine invite or scouts weren't possibly looking at. So that's like another thing that has teammates and players. He's like, yeah, I have the opportunity. I don't need to run the combine. I'll do a pro day and I'll put some of my guys on here to bring some scout action in and see what we got.
Sorry, I'm just right now looking at our PFF because we're doing a mock draft tonight.
Yeah, of course we're doing.
I'm just trying to figure out what our password is.
Oh, you can look it on the screen right there. There should be.
I got to take a leak.
Okay. Hey, classic Anth. So Boots, in terms of like coming out of the combine, coming into the draft, you're in control here. Who are you drafting in the first round? Who are you targeting? What position group? Who are your guys in that first round? Let's say we're not even thinking about trading back. Who are you targeting? What's your strategy around this?
Okay, my strategy is, there's so many positions of need in our defense, but I'm kind of leaning towards linebacker because I feel that even though safeties and cornerbacks are a position in need, I think if you're going to disguise it or if you're going to hide how bad we are, you can do that by hiring or getting a really, really good linebacker, because if they can get to the quarterback quicker, they can put that pressure, even if they don't sack him, but if they can put some pressure on the quarterback, it's going to force him to throw the ball a little quicker. And so that's when you really see if your cornerbacks and safeties have to guard a receiver for longer than 4 or 5 seconds, they're going to get open no matter what. So it's those first 2 to 3 seconds that really matter, and you can disguise that. Kind of like when Micah Parsons was being Micah Parsons and actually good. He elevated Trayvon Diggs and he elevated DeRon Bland because of the pressure he was doing that. And then when he wasn't, obviously these guys were starting to get smoked. So in this position, I know Sonny Styles, unless we trade up for whatever reason, him and Arvil Reese are going to be gone. So someone like a CJ Allen, I'm hoping from Georgia. I love those Georgia guys. He's 6'1", 235 pounds. He's got a really good grade as far as coverages goes as well. So someone like him, I think we have to hit with that first one, because after that, those first 3 linebackers, you can make an argument for. Obviously Arvil Reese and Sonny Styles are maybe slightly better than CJ Allen, but after him, the next guy up is probably be Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas, and I think that's where there's a fall off. And between the number 4 linebacker and the number 10 linebacker, to me, you can make an argument for anybody. If number 4 can be as good as number 11, number 11 can be as good as number 4. It doesn't really matter at that point. So I think if we can walk away with a CJ Allen at that point. Now, if Arville Reese or Sonny Styles fall to us, then that'd be amazing. But I would target someone like a CJ Allen. But if we end up getting someone like a Nakobe Dean or any of these other guys, Lloyd or from Jacksonville or the guy from Chargers, Owe, then that's going to change completely because that's going to address that big need. And now I'm going to say, okay, let's get ourselves a cornerback and let's get ourselves a safety. And even someone like a Jamal McCoy, even though if we don't see him run, I trust those doctors that we have in Dallas because we've gotten so many guys with injuries that as long as they evaluate them and say, hey, like this guy looks healthy, he can run, then because there's so many players like you got guys like the Frog over at Kansas City who they get hurt, what I'm talking about, and he goes over to Dallas to go see their doctors, and so I'm not too worried about those knee injuries or leg injuries. With that, I mean, I'm not going to pass on Jermon McCoy because again, he would be the number 1 guy last year, and we would have been happy if he would have been if he would have been in the draft. We would have been happy with him going to the Cowboys then, and we would have been thrilled and stoked and super happy. But like I said, I'm going to go with the linebacker position because of the coverage that we're going to be doing, that 3-4. We're going to demand so much from them, and it's got to be one of those like green dot linebackers that can be the captain back there. Because I love guys like DeMarvion Overshown, but I think he's just a freak athlete. I don't know if he can be, he can be like a locker room leader, but on the field as far as reading coverages and changing things up, or maybe having the earpiece in his helmet and talking to the defensive coordinator. I think someone like a CJ Allen, who I know wore that green dot over with Georgia, would be pivotal, or just be like super, super important for our defense.
Oh, totally. I couldn't agree more. And we're all in agreement to the fact that like we got to go heavy. And again, depends what free agency holds, but right now we're going heavy defense in the draft, right?
Yes, we have to. Well, unless they do what you said, where we get like a tackle, but then use the money saved to go and attack that position in free agency.
And that's what right now we're still kind of, I know the combines happen, so we've got some answers to our questions, but the first 2 weeks of free agency, yeah, here, I'll get one in you with you too. Crack me if you got them.
Crack me if you got them.
The first 2 weeks of free agency are really going to tell you where the Cowboys are going to go in the draft. But we don't know that yet. We don't know. There's a lot of holes on the defense, but there's also holes on the offense that if the Cowboys didn't address in free agency and address some other positions, they might draft. But, Boots, we are bringing you in without WayJ, without Bandwagon Boy 2, without Clayton, whatever you want to call him, Boy Wildish, the man. He's not here. But we're going ahead and we're doing CanFan mock draft version 2.0 with our guy, Boots on the Ground, Eric Serrato. Love to have you in here with us in the war room. And I'm going to ask you here, I'm going to ask you guys 2 questions here. I want to make some rules here.
Make them.
I only want to give us 1 trade.
Okay.
Because trading's fun, right? Trading back, trading up is fun. But I think we get too caught up in it, and teams do it a lot less than we do it as fans. We'll do 1 trade back, and I want us to pick where it is right now. I want to pick if we're gonna trade, I want us to pick the spot right now, because it's really gonna make us have to decide who we pick in the other spots.
I think trading back at 20 just I've seen people in other drafts do the 20th pick as a trade back, and I just feel like that's just not going to be in play. I feel like the only thing that is up for grabs is 12. I mean, that's 12 picks is what we would need to trade if we need to trade one.
You don't think if a wide receiver falls, one of these wide receivers at 20, a team wouldn't trade up to get him? If there's one of the top wide receivers left at 20, you don't think a team trade up?
It's just not gonna happen on here. And Wage is watching, by the way.
Okay, so we're gonna ads votes 12. Ads votes 12, Boots. We get a pick. So if it's 12, it's 12.
Yeah, if we're going to make it fun, then, I mean, ideally, I would not want to do that. But if you're going to trade back at all, then you got to go with the trade with the highest return, because maybe you can get something like you're going to trade back a few spots. You're still going to keep that number 1. But then in return, you're going to be able to get like a really high second round pick. And we're talking like trade with the first 5 or 6 teams there. So maybe something like that, because I think we get the most. And if you trade back with that 20th, you might get like, you're going to move back with get that 1 to even later, but then you're going to end up with like a 3rd or 4th round either this year or next year. So, I mean, right now we're trying to win now. So
you're thinking 12?
You're going to trade with the 12.
Okay, so 12, that's our pick. We got 2 of the 3 of us. We got 66% of us deciding 12 because I was thinking 20 personally, because at 12, I want to dance. I want to take the best player there, but I don't hate trading at 12 because you're right. If you're going to trade back, you're more than likely going to get a second round pick. I still think you could get a second or a third round pick with 20, but we got it. We got the 2 of the 3 of us want to do 12.
Sorry, and what I was going to say is the reason I don't want to, and I should have said this, I don't want a third round pick. I'd rather take an early second, because I feel that if we were to use the 12 spot and go between 12 and 20 and get a spot there, plus under 49th pick, then I think we have potentially 3 day 1 starters that we can leverage in this.
Just tell me the last time the Dallas Cowboys have drafted any good player in the second round.
It's been a long time.
I can think of 2 off the top of my head, but not 2 in a long time.
Yeah. Well, I'm just saying, different year, different optimism.
Yeah, and I mean, okay, we'll see how it plays out. But okay,
well, I'm not even saying I want to trade. I'm just saying if we
don't have to.
Yeah. Okay.
We have 1 trade option. If we don't trade at 12, we're not trading for the rest.
Yeah.
But we have
who's available first.
Okay, so we're going in. We're not gonna fuck around with the care for positional value, the draft for needs, and we're just gonna leave all this how PFF has it. We're gonna slow roll the first, I guess, 11 picks to just kind of see what happens. And then we're going to speed it up a little bit after that. So we'll slow it down so that we can have that kind of cinematic release of players, get that little bit of dopamine hit while we watch fake names go off the fake draft board. But that's what we're going to do. Are you guys ready for this?
I'm ready for it.
Boots, are you ready?
Yep, I got it on my phone over here too, so I can see it better. So
all right,
read it.
Here we go. Enter the draft, Dallas Cowboys. Here we go.
Buckle up, boys.
Oh, I have to hit a start draft again. Okay, here we go. Start draft.
You want to speed it up before you enter it?
No, why? You can speed it up after. So Fernando Mendoza off the board. Arvell Reese at 2. Ruben Bain Jr. 3rd to the Cardinals. Sonny Styles at 4 to the Titans. Jeremiah Love, which doesn't make much sense, to the Giants. David Bailey to the Browns. Then you have Caleb Downs to the Commanders. Bastards. Francis Mauanoa to the Saints. Carnell Tate to the Kansas City Chiefs. Mansour Delane gone to the Bengals. And Mekhi Boots' guy, Lemon, at number 11 to the Miami Dolphins. So here we go. This is where we're at. We're at the 12th pick. And add your guy,
the Eneman.
Thieneman is up. Man, they're saying he's ranked 11th right now.
Yeah. He was really impressive at that combine.
So we're talking about shakers and movers. That's a big shaker and mover. But guys, let's open the board here. Boots, are you able to see it? I can zoom it in a little bit if that helps.
I got it on my phone. I mean, he's there. Spencer Fano's there. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's real tempting. But I mean, I know you don't like Jermon McCoy, but he's still there down at the bottom. I mean, how far back? Like, do we have, what are the trade options? Like, who can we trade with?
Okay, yeah, we got 1 option. We got 1 trade option. Let me just get this. Fucking mouse is so sensitive.
Because depending on how far back we got to trade is going to determine.
28 not happening. We can't do it.
That's a negative.
So my problem with Thieneman, however the fuck you want to call DT's name, picking him there when, again, Spencer Fano is sitting right there. We talked about this exact issue.
This is the exact thing we thought would happen.
I liked him at 20. At 12, I feel like I'd rather dangle and get some more trade value here. So,
what do you mean trade?
Like get sir, not trade value. I'd rather trade our pick to get more draft capital.
But we
for
can't.
Ourselves.
Only one team's offering. Only one team's offering.
Yeah, fuck.
We're not reaching out to teams because you'll lose your shirt. This is honestly, I'm not going to say worst case scenario, but it's not great. And honestly, if this was how the board fell to the Cowboys, I think they're taking Spencer Fano. Honestly, I think, and I know it's not something that we like to say because it's boring taking a tackle.
Keep going down. Scroll down past Jermon McCoy. Yeah, these guys. I mean,
I would rather trade back. Like, now that we talked about it, I'd rather trade back.
Yeah.
But we don't have the option. So we got to pick one of these guys. And this is in a situation where I think 20th is better. Because there's a bunch of people that are going to fall to us around the 20th area that we would have been fine with trading back a couple spots.
Yeah.
But we're married to this, guys. Give me some positives and negatives here. I mean, Dylan Thieneman's a guy that the Cowboys need to.
He fits with Christian Parker, hearing what he's going to be doing with the defense and his scheme.
He can play nickel.
He absolutely fits what we're trying to do here.
Look at those stats.
Solid numbers. He's went up the board. Safety at 12 is a need for us. We don't know what we've done in the free agency thing, so we have to just go based off of value. The Cowboys are not in need of a tackle.
Sofano's also a right tackle.
I know. So this, if you're picking Spencer Fano, Terrence Steele has to go.
He's gone.
He's gone, right? But the option is Terrence Steele. You could restructure him. He can stay on the team. He can get our offensive further. He can maintain what we did with our offense last year. Our defense is in absolute need right now. So that's the predicament right here. This is literally the worst case scenario.
I don't know. I think you get a starter in Thieneman or Fano.
Okay.
I think either of those guys.
Those are your two picks. From best player available to best player to fit our need.
I think best player available to fit our need is DT right there.
So do I. That's where I'm leaning towards.
Yep.
But I don't hate Fano. I don't hate Fano, but I don't want a tackle. I'm sorry. I don't want to draft a tackle. I just don't. I'm sick of watching the Dallas. And his name's not Tyler. He'd have to be Tyler Fano for it to be a for sure.
Yeah, well, I talked earlier about disguising our weaknesses with the linebacker, but a safety does give us that same thing. Like, if we don't have to have the best cornerback, because you have a safety that knows what he's doing, he's going to help them out. He's going to elevate them. They're not going to want to throw in whatever direction he decides to lean over. So at the end of the day, at the end of last season, I told myself we better go defense with every single round. And we even talked about that pre-show. We better go with the defense. So for us to kind of even think about, I'm going to be so mad at myself for changing my mind after I've been preaching.
I know.
We got to go Thieneman.
I would go with DT.
We got to go DT.
Dylan Thieneman.
Safety out of Oregon. And like Boot said, the next top 5 or the next 4 guys are all offense, and 3 of them are offensive line. We're going with Dylan, baby.
Dylan Thieneman, welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team. Boots, way to talk some sense into this.
I'm just saying, guys, we can't be doubting ourselves last second.
No, we can't. We said defense, and we're just going to let it slow roll a little bit.
Freeling goes at number 13. Oliava Ione goes at 14.
There's
Jermon McCoy, Boots' pick goes at 15. Spencer Fano doesn't go till 16th. Kenyon Sadiq goes at 17. CJ Allen's off the board at 18. Caleb Banks is gone at 19.
This is where it gets fun, fellas.
This
is where it gets fun.
Okay, so here's the ish. I mean, again, outside of that throat burp that just happened there, Emmanuel McNeil-Warren would have been an all right pick here. Actually, not an all right. He would have been a very solid safety pick here at 20.
Yep.
If we didn't go ahead and pick Thieneman at 12.
Guys, just for funsies, can we look at what the trade options are? I know we're not going to do it because we said 12, but I just want to see it.
So 31 was the closest, which isn't great either. They're like,
hey, post combine mocks are not as
31. You start losing some players. At 12 or at 20, I only want the Cowboys to move back maybe at the most 3 spots.
Yeah. So right now you're looking at it. I mean, we haven't taken him in any of our original drafts. Cassius Howell's dropped a bit. That's the guy that I've been somewhat vocal about taking. But Akeem Mesidor is sitting right there at 21. He's an edge rusher. He had a great tape last season. He has a solid size, solid pass rusher. This is just a guy that we haven't talked a lot about. Put up good, decent results against teams like Notre Dame. What's your thoughts? Let's get a draft buzz on Mesidor. He's an edge rusher. He's sitting right there in our face. We're not going to take a wide receiver. Boots, have you talked or done anything or looked at Mesidor on your drafts that you've been doing so far?
You know what? All the highlights keep going back to that run they had in the playoffs. I mean, they made it all the way to the championship. They did lose, but they didn't make it easy for Mendoza because I mean he was getting pounded that whole game and they ended up still winning. But I mean, like I said, this guy right here, Mizor, was one of the guys that was always in his space, and he's one of the premier edge rushers. And like I said, like you said earlier, like he has a great pass rush, but he's got that build. He's a big dude. I mean, what do we say? How tall is he? He's 6'3", 280 pounds. That's a big boy. He can run. So at this point, I think Christian Parker would be super happy if we got someone like Mesidor. Not only that, but just 88. Michael Irvin is gonna be so happy that we got one of his boys.
Yeah, you get a Miami boy in there, and I'm just gonna read off one of his strengths. Possesses an extensive collection of pass rush moves that he sequences together seamlessly, including swipe, arm overs, cross chops, club rips, and push pulls that keeps tackles guessing throughout the game.
Yep.
That sounded like made up shit. Just some of the names that they have for cross chops.
Yeah,
sounds like a great dinner. I want to make cross chops for dinner.
Let me give one of his weaknesses.
Okay,
here.
give us a weakness because I really liked the sound of his positive there. Do you want me to highlight it for you?
This one right here.
Ooh, that actually kind of fucks it up.
Scouting report, weakness, lacks prototypical NFL edge size at 6'3" with arms that measure shorter than ideal. This is a thing. I guess Miami Hurricanes love the short arm dudes because
the T-Rex guys.
Yeah, Ruben Bain is potentially could fall because of that, right? And this is usually AJ rocks his computer with all of his ad blockers. I just let the ads hit me. That's why it's a little weird here. But shorter than ideal, which may limit his ability to set a strong anchor against NFL offensive tackles with superior length.
Well, do they give us his arm length here?
What is his arm length?
Arms
right there. 32.
That's not that bad.
Up.
That's not that bad.
It's up. We're underweight.
32 and an eighth. That's not that bad. Sure, it's small, considered small, but like you said, you brought up Ruben Bain. Ruben Bains were 30. So I don't know if it's that bad. And so we
CeeLo Green of the draft guys.
I would prefer him over Keldrick Falk. I'm not a big Keldrick Falk fan. You watched him go. You see some of those combine ones. I mean, Keldrick Falk is a solid player. I just feel like his draft stock has kind of plummeted a little bit. He was ranked a lot higher. Akeem Mesidor, I say why not Tador?
Yeah, and if we hadn't taken a safety that can also play nickel, just for talking sakes, I'm looking at Avion Terrell.
Yeah.
Like that's a dude who would fit into this defense. He's tough. He hits. He's scrappy. He might be your nickel. Like he's not going to play outside much. But if the Cowboys go a different route and go edge or linebacker with pick 12, and Terrell was sitting there at 20, I wouldn't be mad at that. But I like Akeem. I do like Akeem.
And not that it matters, but it helps when we're coming into these mock drafts when it's like, what did we address in free agency?
Yeah.
So that when we approach the mock draft, we're drafting based off of our free agency. When we repost those clips, and no one ever reads what we did in free agency. They just see the final board. So at this point, if we said, we addressed an edge rusher in free agency, we picked up an edge rusher, and that's why we're going with a safety and a cornerback. No one would.
Last time we got crucified for taking two edges. But guys, I like it. Akeem Mesidor, is that our pick at 20?
I'm happy with it.
I think we like it. I think we like it. Welcome to the team, Akeem.
Man, you got way firmer hands than WayJ. Sorry, WayJ.
It's from all that Wolverine catching. Okay, now we're gonna speed it up here.
By the way, that you just casually throw out. Oh yeah, I was out there trapping Wolverines like it's normal.
It happens.
Is it not?
No, that's a Canadian thing. That's a.
Well, hey, the Wolverine from the X-Men comments, Logan. He's from Canada.
And he's a Michigan guy.
Wolverine.
Okay, we are pick 112. This sucks. This sucks not getting a trade back. It does. Not having a day 2 or day 3, a day 2 pick in the second and third rounds could hurt the Cowboys. And realistically, we're all in belief that 12 or 20 is getting traded, right? Yeah. Do we feel that way a little bit?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do. I mean, a lot's going to happen between now and then.
True.
Guys are going to get cut. People are going to get tagged and they're going to be unhappy. They're going to demand trades. So everything's real fluid between now and then.
Right.
And then one thing I did want to add, I know we're talking about all these measurables at the combine. They're doing the arm length and they give, but like someone like Ruben Bain, like, yeah, I make fun of him. He's like a little T-Rex, but the T-Rex, they're deadly.
Yes.
You know, like his strength comes from his legs. Like he's going to catch you no matter what. He's going to put you on the ground. So he might have small hands. He might have small arms. It doesn't matter. The guy's a pit bull. You know, he's going to get there no matter what. So again, when it comes to some of these measurables, like one of the things I kept hearing during the combine is like, oh, this guy has really good hip fluidity. What does that mean? Like, doesn't everyone have hip? If you can move, you can run. You have hip fluidity.
Yeah, it's like one of those fake stats, right? Hip fluidity. Okay.
Yeah, like who cares about that? You know, just can he ball?
Yeah, can he play football? Can he play football? This is now so post combine. They must have just updated a little bit.
I know. We're like, who the fuck are?
We're at pick 112 here, and this might be a little bit uncharted territory. So before even looking at any of the players, we took a safety.
Edge.
Well, safety first.
Yep.
We took a safety at 12 and then an edge at 20.
Yeah.
What are we looking at now, fellas? We were talking about defense, but is this a spot where maybe an offensive player creeps into our sights? What are we thinking at 112 right now?
Stay the course, linebacker.
Yeah.
I like that.
Or, hey, I know we talked about the trade at only 12, but when you're in this round, like, does it really matter if we trade back a little bit here? Okay.
Yes.
I gave you a rule, man.
Okay, so that's wage. Was Torian York one of AJ? AJ's picked him a couple of times based off of wanting to have him as a move around guy, possible special teams player. So let's just maybe take a look at this.
Hate it.
I know.
5'10", 227.
I know. This was AJ's pick and move him around, and it's like he's staring us in the face.
I mean, he is good.
Wrong school though.
Yeah,
I mean,
he I just not in love with it. I mean, should we draft buzz him?
Draft buzz him. We've done it. I think.
Have we? I don't know, man.
Wade and I did it, I think. But you bring him up.
Let's bring him up. This is an AJ. This is an AJ guy.
Yeah, but AJ always put a disclaimer because we'd already have had a draft. We've already drafted a linebacker. This was his move around guy. He's gonna slot him in where he needs to.
Kind of looks like Jalen Hurts.
Kind of looks like Jalen Hurts.
A little bit. So I hate him.
Didn't run the fastest 40.
What do you mean? He's got a green.
I'm kidding.
I was like, he's literally got a green.
It's only the only greens. He's fast and strong.
Yeah.
So he's like Jalen Hurts. That's a no for me, boys.
Yeah. Okay. But I'm with Boots. This is we don't need to dive in any deeper.
He's ugly, and I don't want him.
Terry and York, you look too much like someone we hate. So value wise, like we're picking at 112.
Sorry, I can't beat you.
No, according to.
Well, we could look. 150 is our next pick, and we have look at how many fucking picks we got up top there. We got 112, 150, 177, 215, 221, and 2 whatever the fuck. So we don't have to target a linebacker here right now, Bootsy. I do think let's take a look at Mikhail Kamara as another edge. I know going double edge back to back could be a danger zone, but what do we have for this guy? Ooh, he's not.
He's small-ish.
He's small-ish.
Again, you're in the 4th round. When we get to the 4th round, you got to think these are guys that are going to help. They're going to be depth plate pieces. They're rarely going to start on the team.
He's a champion, though. I mean, he played for a great championship team.
Yes, that is true.
He kind of only gets smart players. And then I don't know how old he is, but I know most of those guys on that team were like 3 or like 4 or 5 year players. So he's going to be a little more mature. He's going to be a little bigger. He's going to be a little more NFL ready.
Yeah, I mean, Dak Prescott was a 4th round pick. I'm just saying.
That's true. Yeah. Never expected. You do find some gems. You're not wrong. So you do have to figure out.
Deron Bland was a 5th round pick, and he's an $18 million a year cornerback for us.
There when he broke the record.
Oh, we were there.
I don't know, man.
Not happy with this guy.
No, I'm just gonna move past him.
Okay, so let's.
What are your guys' thoughts on? Because right now it's mostly offensive players. We're not going to take another safety. What do you think about Brian Parker? He's a tackle. Let's just take a look. He played out of Duke. Had a very nice 2025 season. Plays
right tackle.
Right tackle.
Hey, that's our guy. That's our put him behind, and hopefully maybe he can be graded up.
This is the thing. I
don't hate this.
6'5", 305.
Then you don't put him behind. You cut Terrence Steele. You said, Brian Parker, you're our man. You gotta swim right now. Like, just you're going to be the guy. You're going to start. You better level up.
Okay, let's get a positive, negative on him. But I like what Boots just said: sink or swim, bitch. Sink or swim, Parker. You can't be any worse than Steele. And I mean, Terrence Steele, we give him some shit. He wasn't that bad last year.
It's just because he's $18 million right now.
Yeah, he's cost too much.
Yeah.
And you tell him, if we had a second round pick, we would have taken you in the second, bro.
This fucking dude looks like he's going to. I'm not going to.
He looks like a bully in an early 2000s movie.
Yeah, he looks like he's the backup bully in a Hallmark Christmas movie.
Which, I mean, if you're gonna have a backup, if you're gonna have a bully in a Hallmark movie, you'd be an offensive tackle.
Yeah.
Didn't you go to school with that guy?
Yeah, he looks like it. He definitely looks like someone we would have went to high school with.
5'14", so he had a decently fast 40. His broad's not too bad.
Let's just
he looks like one of those guys up from Remember the Titans.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, he does.
He totally does.
He's like, what are you talking
He
about?
looks exactly like that guy.
Like the guy. He looks exactly like the guy.
Bertier.
Yeah, Bertier. What do you? Just after they get into high school, and
isn't that him?
That has to be him. Oh, dude, you have okay.
That's funny.
I gotta fucking.
We gotta go with him now.
Yeah, I think we're taking him. Do I hate it a little bit? Yeah, sure. Let's get one strength.
309. The guy's a unit, man.
We're going to give a strength here. Boot scouting report. It says he has outstanding pass protection efficiency throughout his career, rarely allowing clean shots to the quarterback and showing an uncanny feel for timing in his sets.
You had me outstanding pass protection.
That's what you want for your right tackle.
That's what you had me.
And while at Cooks, I'm going to give you one weakness.
I can't find it.
Below average arm length and overall frame size limits his ability to keep power rushers at bay and create separation at the point of attack. So there's that. And you're always hearing about the arm size. Ad, can you see what his arms are? 32
and 7/8.
So I don't think that's, I mean, it's low for his position. He's the 18th percentile, which is extremely low. But he looks like a bully from Remember the Titans.
AJ's coming in here. He said Adam misquoted me about York. So AJ, go ahead and just write your consensus on York, and I will read it out. Jason Kilgore right there.
Jalen
Kilgore. Jason Kilgore. Or Jason Kilgore.
This is an Anth guy, but he predominantly plays cornerback.
Yeah.
So they have him, he predominantly plays safety. They have him listed as a cornerback, as a slot guy, but I thought he was more of a safety. So I don't love it.
Okay, so AJ said he's small, yes. He's compact, yes, but he can play hybrid linebacker safety position. Then he goes, okay, Adam corrected himself. So AJ's obviously possibly delayed right now as he's watching the episode and he's commenting in chat.
And we're talking about York. We're not taking York here.
Yeah, Terry and York.
He is at this spot. We'd have to trade back. My pick's either Brian Parker, the second, the bully out of Remember the Titans, or Jalen Kilgore.
I'm going Brian Parker to the second.
Tackle over defense.
I'm going tackle over defense right now.
Because you hate Terrence Steele.
I hate Terrence Steele.
Boots, you're the final say. You like Brian Parker?
Yeah, as long as Jerry Jones comes out afterwards and says we're going to use the money saved to go after a, trade in the free agency and get a linebacker or someone like we're using that money for Nakobe Dean.
Okay. I like that. All right. Brian Parker, the second. Welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team.
You little arm bitch. And here we are. We're back on the clock
and
at one.
There's WayJ's guy.
Now this is who we take. Now it makes sense. At 150, the guy's valued at 133. He's a spot that we need. We haven't taken a linebacker. Terrion York here is almost a no-brainer. Another dude I wouldn't mind, halfback Katron Allen, but I think linebacker is a bit bigger position of need, something that we needed to target.
Scroll me down a little bit here there.
Okay.
Not too far. Just want to see who.
You got Epstein Island here.
Oh my goodness.
That's what his name. That's what I saw when I seen
FC and Prysock.
We can't draft that guy because we will never be able to pronounce that name.
It definitely looks like, and so this is Yeah, we talked about the challenge here.
PFF, get your shit together and have pictures of these fucking guys.
I know, why do they not do that?
Oh man, he's 6'4" though.
6'4", 195.
That's pretty nice.
Looked like he was possibly injured in 2024. Just cusp it down a little bit because it's
now we're getting too far away from our pick.
Cade Klubnik. Let's pick him, quarterback out of Clemson. I'm just joking.
Let's go back. Boots, what position are you thinking right now? We've taken a safety, an edge, a tackle. What are you thinking positional wise?
Boosting the same linebacker.
Yeah, I've been pushing for linebacker for a while now. So yeah, I think York is the pick.
5'11".
Great coverage grade. Not the best run cover or run stopper. How many tackles? What was his tackles for last season?
He had 56 tackles, 19 assists, missed tackles 11.
Okay.
Look,
Coverage.
I can be out like in the jungle and like a lion comes out of nowhere. You can be like, oh well, he's a little lion. Yeah, I'm still gonna run, guys. Like that's,
He's still gonna eat your ass up. The little lion's still gonna eat your ass up.
Can you just press linebacker in the position group there? Let's just see what the next linebacker. Not saying to not take him. I just want to see what the discrepancy is here.
Linebackers have shot up the board. Jacob Rodriguez, a guy that had a chance. Anthony Hill, like all the guys that we've talked about, they're all second round and ups.
Okay, so let's just take a look quickly at Caleb Alarms Orr and Aiden Fisher, just quickly, and then we can move on. 6'2", 230.
So you're just basing this off of what though? You're just basing it off of size.
We're talking about picking a linebacker. I just want to see who's around. I mean, we're 159 or 150. Is it really going to matter at those 9 spots in this?
Well, yeah, because one's ranked at 133.
Right.
I agree. And you know what, guys?
No one's taking him because of his size.
That bar on the right hand side. That when you click on them and it shows who they played and how well they performed against that team.
Yeah, let's check
I'd
that
rather
out.
pick guys that even though they might be a little lower on the power chart here, but like they played against really good teams. They're in a bigger conference, and then someone who looks good on paper because he had really good stats, but he played a bunch of nobodies.
Yeah, this is SEC. Like they're playing the SEC. So I like this. This is a good determining figure.
That's a good point.
So our boy York, small in stature, mighty in style, lots of green. So remember that. He's got lots of green. Now let's go look at ad scrubs that are way down here. And Caleb.
Guys that I've never fucking talked about, just wanted to bring them up on the board so we can kind of know more guys around this as the board starts to shift. Oh my goodness. The fact that I want to understand more players in our mock. Sorry.
So what do you think of this guy then? Caleb Ellums and TCU, again, not a terrible conference. He's playing against they're playing against good players too.
He's a better run stopper. So this guy, he's tied for 22nd. He had his run stop was 39. AJ's guy is a lot higher. He's like 176. So we're not picking Tarian York as a guy who's going to be on there and run. And that's why AJ predominantly was saying move him in linebacker / hybrid safety, right?
Yeah, none of these guys are starting anyways.
Yeah.
Let's just see.
And then look, he had some yellows there. He had a lot of green with York, but this guy had a bunch of yellows against a bunch of nobody teams.
Yep. Yeah, you're right. You brought up the best point there. I was also just looking at the Hoosier, the Indiana guy who was on a winning team. That's the other guy that I was primarily wanting to take.
So York is ranked 11th,
right behind Jacob.
He's ranked 11th on NFL Draft Buzz. Who was the last guy? The TCU.
Okay, so look right there for a second though. Harold Perkins Jr. is ranked right behind York there, but he's really low.
Okay.
He's really low. He's like 183 on the.
And let's just check next here. I just want to see if there's any. So yeah, Orr's out of it for us based on people that do this for a living.
So Orr. So look at him.
Also plays SEC. So this is the same division, right? Look at his color chart.
Not great.
We call this the Boots color chart here.
Yeah, the Bootsy color chart. Not great.
Doesn't look real good.
Then the last guy, just go to Aiden Fisher right there from Indiana, the winning team.
A lot of yellow.
I
think we're settled.
Yep.
AJ's guy, Boots' guy. You guys are married to him for the rest of your lives. Tarian York. Sounds like a Game of Thrones name. Welcome to the team.
Yes, that's key right there.
Small, ferocious little pit bull.
Still a pit bull.
Jerry,
still a pit bull.
To the team.
Still a pit bull. Yes.
Okay, so Anth, go through the picks that we got so far, just so that everybody's aware.
All 4 of them.
Yep.
Dylan Thieneman at 1 round or pick 12, safety out of Oregon. At 20, we went with Akeem Mesidor. At round 4, picked 112. We went tackle Brian Parker the second, and then round 5, pick 150, Tarian York, linebacker out of Texas A&M.
Okay, so we're still in the 5th round. What kind of position are we taking? Are we just taking whatever person's available for us?
No, cornerback.
Okay.
Boots likes cornerback. Let's check out some CBs.
We need corners. We don't know what Deron Bland we're gonna get back post his surgery. So, and then even though they say Trevon Rebel Jr. is finally healthy,
you don't trust it.
But he's not no he's when every time he got burned, it was when he was doing zone. So that's not his forte. His forte is pressing a guy, doing man to man. But in this new scheme that we're doing, there's not going to be much of that. They're going to allow him to do some of that here and there, but he's going to continue to get burned if unless he gets better.
I like going corner. It's telling us that any of these guys is going to be a reach. But if we're just at this point saying, hey, we need depth at this position, let us cook. The top guy right now is Tacario Davis, who looks like he got hurt in 2025 and didn't have the greatest 2024, but 2023 he was a top guy.
Look how tall he is.
Let's see his size here. First look, 6'4". So this is a spot where you're drafting his measurables a little bit.
Husky. He's a Husky, so he's almost a local player for us.
Yeah. No, I researched this guy a little bit, and the guy is he's like boundary gold. Like he protects that edge like nobody else, and also like he's a bully. Like I saw a lot of tape on him, and he would just run up to the guy, and it looked like they were getting like this little 1 second UFC fight, just like right there, and he has that big rare length that's going to be really disruptive, in my opinion, especially. Like I said earlier, like it seems like these wide receivers every year are getting bigger and their verticals are getting taller. So he's going to be a pain in the ass for a lot of people. And I actually find that he's probably one of the guys that I fits that 3-4 scheme, and he's like the prototypical Christian Parker guy. Like if he's looking for a guy, this is who he wants. So like I'm glad that he's still available, because I was going to say, guys, if we can get this guy in this round, like that's a steal.
Boots seems saying, hey, if Boots is coming with spitting some facts on a guy that he likes, who am I to say no? He ran.
I honestly think he was going to be there.
441, 40 times. So he's got some wheels. He's got the size. He's got that length that you like. Height is obviously one of the top measurables at cornerback. His 40 was very nice. Arm length is great. His weight's a little low, but
look,
I mean,
Boots talked about him in passion. I don't think we have to look at any of the other guys. The only thing I need to look at is I can't get over how
these
bad
friendships that we could get if we just click one of these ads.
How bad these ads are, because we're so used to AJ's comp. We're rocking this.
I ranked my top 32 cornerbacks, and I have them as 17.
Okay,
I have them as the 17th best cornerback coming out of college.
So I'm going to give a strength that isn't to do with his size or speed, but we got forceful and deliberate and press, using those long arms to jam receivers at the line and throw off timing before the route even develops. That's something we like to see.
I'm going to double up on this the strength here, because this is one for Anth, yelling at the TV with Trevon Diggs missing tackles. A legitimate run defender who embraces contact on the boundary, using his frame to stack and shed blocks on the edge like a bigger player. So Boots has kind of already talked about that.
Yeah.
But that's what we want. Let's get some neggies on this guy.
Tap to join? Ah! Jesus. Get your ad blocker
transition.
going.
Oh my goodness. And
it loads up.
Okay, so twitchier route runners can beat him off the line and press, because his long stride takes a beat to reach full speed, and that first step can be exploited.
Okay. I mean, but you're getting him in the 5th round.
Okay, look.
Okay, Boots convinced us. Tacario Davis, welcome to the team.
That's a Bootsy pick.
We like it.
Dude, not only that, but with the additions that we did on our defensive coaching staff, with Brandon Jordan, BT, and all these guys, they're gonna really bring out the best out of these guys. I really think that they're gonna excel, and I'm super happy just with this pick that we got. I mean, I was already pretty happy with what we got, but that just made my night. We can end the draft right now. I'll be happy.
Okay,
we can free roll it.
Well, no, I mean we're not.
All right, well,
no,
we're not doing that, but yeah. I'm just saying that made my night. The fact that he was still there.
Okay, so we got the next 2 picks here. This is our 215th pick. It's a compensatory pick. There's 2 guys that AJ put us on. This is almost like a wage pick here.
Well, the Tanner Conzoil, that was just us doing it.
Tanner Conzoil. I'm talking about Eli Hendrick, the Third Reich Hendrick from Navy. He's starting to creep up the boards.
Yeah, he had an amazing combine. Speaking of, AJ would have talked about him guaranteed if he was here for the
I think that's
combine
our pick
risers.
At 206. He's a fullback, even though we have our Hunter Lepke.
I'm going Tanner.
Okay, so Ant's saying Tanner. Tanner Koisel is that tight end touchdown machine. He's not going to be your blocker. He's going to be the guy that's 6'7", diving in the end zone. 6'7". He's diving in the end zone, getting those other. He possibly could be Dak Prescott's favorite tight end out there.
Tanner Koziel, I just feel like has a better chance to impact year one than a fullback.
Didn't we just pay Fergie?
We did.
Yeah, but you also have Schoonmaker, who's not going to be on the team next year.
You got Brevin Spanford as your blocking guy, and then you put Kozel in there to try to fight for his life to party.
I'm fine. I'm good with who else do we want to talk here? Because we got tight end, fullback, halfback, cornerback. I don't mind double dipping cornerback either.
Well, let's take a look at Jaden Canada.
That's where people think we're from.
Thing where you're going to cut Spanford, you're going to cut Schoonmaker, and you're going to make room by adding this guy so you can spend more money on free agency. Then I'd be happy with that. But
so
I would still rather go with a cornerback.
Okay, for another depth piece. I don't hate that, to be honest. And Jaden Kennedy, how do you say it? Jaden Kennedy. He a lot of slot. So we're with Christian Parker here. The slot's such an important position in his defense.
It seems like we're just drafting those ducks.
Hey man, yeah, we got a couple ducks. I'm not
ducks fly together.
Ducks fly together. I'm not against another cornerback. Honestly, I'm not.
Okay, time out for a second, though. I mean, if we look at this, our next pick coming up is 225, 221. So there's ability that we could take Tanner, Oscar, Eli, Desmond, and still possibly get Kennedy.
I don't think so.
No, you don't think so?
No,
okay.
I don't think so.
Well, if we're dipping that far back, by far back, it's still ranked higher. Give me a couple spots below. What other cornerbacks do we have? Is there any other cornerbacks here for us to look at?
Nope.
No? Okay.
DJ Harvey, but 229.
Yeah, okay.
Boots, you're thinking cornerback?
Give me a draft buzz on him.
Made by 25. I mean, who else is available on cornerbacks?
Your guy from USC, DJ. Didn't see his last name because I'm giving a draft buzz
We're giving a John Candy. We're taking a look at him right now.
Kennedy.
Yeah, here comes John Candy. Welcome to the team.
He's forever going to be John Candy.
Oh, 100%.
If he gets to the team.
Looks almost like he's 35 years old and he deals insurance for me. I don't mind it.
Again, we're at this spot of the draft where it's like his measurables suck.
Yeah. No, this was just a purely aesthetic to take a look at what John Candy looks like.
Yeah. I just want to see who else is available.
He's the 40th position ranked.
5'10".
He's the 40th cornerback in the draft. And then the next one,
I got him at 25.
The next corner is DJ Harvey out of USC.
Yeah, DJ Harvey didn't even make my list.
Okay.
So he ain't getting taken.
So go back up for a second there, bro. Braj. Desmond Reed, halfback. Can you bring him up for a sec?
First look, 5'8", 175.
Ugh.
Nope.
Yeah, very tiny.
Eli, hide and reach for AJ. I mean, the guy is a fucking baller, to be honest. Only 3 TDs, but he's AJ's screaming at us to take him right now.
He reminds me of Canada, guys. I want to say Canada every time I see
know,
it.
right? It's hard not
We're
to
either
think
going
that.
John Candy, Tanner Koizio. Go to Oscar Delp for a second. We haven't even looked at Oscar.
Okay, Delp, tight end. Nope.
Nope.
See ya.
Nope. See you later. The only reason we'd be looking at Tanner Koziel is because he had a lot of touchdowns this past season. I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's not act like tight end is going to be the first place that Dak's looking. You know, he's going to be throwing that CD. He's going to be throwing that GP3. You know, and again, I'm happy with Fergie. Like we don't have that big of a need at tight end.
I get it, but if you have the chance to get the 11th best position of a position opposed to the 40th,
yes.
So like, are we taking a cornerback just because we think we should take cornerbacks, or
and
are we
obviously
taking players that have a chance to play in the NFL?
Okay, let's get him and trade him.
Well, and yeah, possibly, yeah, possibly. Or does this guy become your a wide receiver with his height and his touchdown ability? Put him as wide receiver 4 or 5.
It's between for me Eli and Jaden. Who do you guys want? Do you want the fullback who's an absolute kind of Swiss Army knife, or do you want the cornerback who's going to be cut in training camp?
I'm taking Eli, and he's going to fight for a spot he's going to fight against Blue and fucking Mafi to Phil Maffa for that running back position on our team.
Look, I can't ever name a player that came from like a service school, like a Navy or Army or anything like that, that's ever done anything. Maybe you can. I just can't name one.
He did well in the draft. I mean, in the combine. Anyways, we're fucking talking about a 6th round.
Yeah,
pick
who
here.
are we taking? Boots, who's your pick?
I'm just saying, if he was any good, he would have gone to an SEC school or a bigger conference, and he would have been.
Maybe he just loves his country and he wanted to be at a service school. Boots, you don't know that.
Not with the current political temperament here in the United States.
Well, he signed up 3 years ago.
My only reasoning for Eli is because AJ wanted to take him when he was a 7th round choice. Now he's even being talked about in the 5th. I'm good with whoever, guys. We got to take a pick. Someone pick who you want and let's take him. Boots, you still
Boots, you're our guest.
You don't want
You
Tanner?
sold me on Tanner when you said that you could maybe convert him into like that 3rd or 4th wide receiver, especially in the red zone.
Okay, that's it. Tanner's welcome to the team.
Yeah, welcome to the team.
Yeah,
Tanner
I think
Koziel.
about him as 3rd wide receiver.
And we got all the same guys.
Okay, now we pick AJ's guy.
Yes.
AJ's guy, just do it.
I think so.
I just want to keep. My only reasoning for wanting to take Eli is if he ever does anything.
We've picked him.
We did something.
Yeah.
I mean, in here you're just kind of throwing fucking darts at boards. Like, do any of us know any of these guys now? Just tell me a name when you see it, like that you've actually. Taylon Green. I mean, he had a really good 40 as a quarterback, but again, you're not taking out.
Devontae Smith.
I've heard of DJ Harvey, but only because he's local.
Well,
Right there.
Boots, what about Eric Gentry, linebacker out of USC?
Okay, we could do Gentry or Lorenzo Styles Jr.
Or Lorenzo Styles Jr. Just so Jerry can have his
draft day.
Look him up. I mean, I wouldn't mind an extra linebacker, but I mean, I love SC. I'm an SC guy, but we got ran on, guys. Like,
Yeah.
we could not stop the run. I mean, maybe it's not his fault. Maybe it was the defensive tackles that couldn't hold the line in the beginning, and he had to, do what he can. But
He's a fucking beanpole. He's a
5'6".
bean. He's skinny though. Holy shit! For 6'6".
Yeah, he's maybe. Well, but at the same time, I mean, we need that hybrid position. And you want him to be skinny if he's going to be chasing the tight end that can run.
Look at his
really
measurables, man. Oh,
Over a
maybe
receiver.
Boots. Maybe we just have to strictly go with him because look at this. His height's in the green or blue. Hands are in the red or green. 40's in the green. Obviously, his weight's terrible.
But he's a specimen.
He's getting converted.
That's all muscle.
Just get him juiced up. Just start get that Texas
My
barbecue.
name's Eric. Fine, let's go with it.
Okay, this is a strictly Eric USC
last round Mr. Irrelevant pick here. Eric, boots on the team. Gentry, welcome to the team.
Welcome to the team.
Wow, boys,
we did it.
We did it.
No trades kind of felt a little.
I hated the fact that we didn't trade.
But hey, we made a rule and we stuck to it.
Okay, so let's take a look at.
Let's not take an hour to do this.
No.
Let's just get through
Well,
this.
Go back, punch it back out. Okay, I was going to say punch out just a little bit. So first pick here at round 1, number 12, Dylan Thieneman. PFF Big Bird having 11. He was an A- for us. So solid pick for the boys.
A-, man.
A-.
He's climbed.
Yeah,
he has climbed.
He's an A.
Yeah, he literally went, I think, from he was in, I thought he was in the 40s at one point, and he's worked his way up into the 20s, and now he's picked he's ranked 11. So solid pick from us. Love it. Safety needed. So round 1, our second pick in the first round at pick 20, we picked edge out of Miami, Akeem Mesidor. This is an A-grade pick. We're all happy with it. We all wanted that edge rusher.
A name that we can all pronounce easily, which is good for us, for CanFan. It's nice. It's very easy to say. Akeem Mesidor.
Longer arms than Bane.
Yes, he's got that's what we're calling him, longer arms than Bane.
So in round 4, we went for the celebrity pick. He was an extra in Remember the Titans, Brian Parker II. This is a tackle out of Duke. We got a C grade on this one.
Yeah, because they're saying there was other, and this might be instead they're telling us right at the top. Instead of taking Brian Parker II, we should have taken Michael Trigg.
Which at
tight end, which doesn't make sense.
I mean, why on earth would we ever want to draft a tight end in this draft, right?
Yeah, why would we ever do that? Brian Parker II, though, C grade. But
okay, Brian, you're fucking with us here, but hey, we believe
good.
in you. You're going to be right behind Terrence Steele, and you're going to save us $18 million a year. So next up is a WJ pick, round 5 at 150, linebacker Torian York. This is an A pick. This guy here, AJ was talking about moving him in a linebacker hybrid safety role. Small guy. Not great on his run coverage. But
Run defense. Run coverage is not a real thing.
I know it's not. Pass coverage, he's very solid on. So we're taking this guy to be that kind of schemy player that can kind of fit the linebacker room.
Torin out of Texas A&M for House A&M. And then next, Boots sold us on this guy.
Yeah.
And I like the selling. And is it our worst grade of the draft so far? Yes. But that's okay. That's
okay.
all right.
They wanted us to get a tight end instead, so they lost all credibility.
Yeah, and we needed a cornerback. The Cowboys couldn't go through this draft without getting a cornerback. If you don't pull the trigger at 177, you're just picking a cornerback to pick a cornerback. This guy, Takario Davis, has a chance to at least be a depth piece and hopefully turn into a starter or a nice role player in a couple years, right?
And what do we keep hearing about our defensive coaching staff?
They're magicians.
And they're developmental. They work with players. So Takario Davis is going to see the biggest upside in this draft. He just won the lottery. Welcome to the Dallas Cowboys.
Welcome to the Dallas Cowboys.
Flip this right here, guys, because this guy, he's going to excel in the NFL, whether he's on the Cowboys or not. I hope he's with the Cowboys, but we're going to end up hearing his name, and we're going to remember that day, like, oh, that's our guy. That's the guy the PFF graded us badly on.
Yeah.
And now tearing it up. He's going to be. He's got so many interceptions, and he should have been a Cowboy. But just if he goes to a team that runs this 4-3, like if he ends up with the Chargers, if he goes with the Eagles, or he goes with us, like he's going to excel.
I like it. I like that Boots has a guy.
Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, anybody who has passion for a guy, that's why half of our freaking draft has been AJ guys, because AJ was very specific and passionate about it. So Takario Davis, he's a name I'm going to look at, and I'm not mad at it.
He's a steal.
He's a steal. So round 6, 215, we picked Tanner Koziel. Boots did not want him, but hey, we got an A grade on Tanner. I'm going to get your touchdowns, Koziel. Could be this guy. He's a monster touchdown catcher.
Touchdown Tanner.
Touchdown Tanner is who we call him. So Touchdown Tanner gave us an A here. Tight end. He's not going to block for you, but he's going to get those touchdowns for you.
And we stuck to the offense here.
Yeah, then we went back-to-back offense. Round 7, pick 221. Eli, as I think AJ keeps calling him the third headed Reich. B- pick. He had a very good combine.
Switchblade player.
I don't think he's going to be a fullback for us. I think he's
not a fullback. They call him a fullback. That's what he played in college, but he's not a fullback.
He has the possibility to be our Christian McCaffrey. And maybe I'm just saying that because he's white. I don't know.
I would limit that. Not that you called him white. Just that he has any good chance to be a Christian McCaffrey. Because
as you said,
I go to a service school.
And that's actually something I would dive into. Best service school players of all time.
That's a great point.
And our final pick, not only his namesake and not only his college football. I'm not going to say
acumen.
No, I was gonna say
alma mater.
Yeah, but it's not. It's just not. Boots is a SC guy because he's so Cowboy, right?
That's right. And he's got my name.
And he's got your name and another position that the Dallas Cowboys.
He spells it E-R-I-C. He doesn't add a K like some of those pretentious bitches out there.
What about the guys that have the C and the K for Eric? That's just weird.
Unnecessary.
That's just weird.
So boys,
what are you liking?
What about Eric with a Q?
Eric with a Q. Eric.
Oh, that's the worst. The worst one I've seen is when they spell it A-I-R-I-R-C-I-C.
Yeah, we don't got time for that. That's crazy.
Iraq. So this is a B+ player. We have a D+, a C, a lot of A's. Boys, I think we're getting an A- on this draft grade. Maybe even an A.
B+.
No, it's an A-. It's gonna be an A-. Let's see what we got.
Oh,
fucking right.
B1 with the call. You nailed that.
If you get 2 A's on your board, you have a high chance at maintaining your draft grade at A, specifically in the upper rounds. Because we hit on those like little dirty rounds below. Like, look at those top picks right there. We did well.
Sorry, I just had to download the image before I forgot. Did I download it properly?
Yeah, you downloaded it. Now you did.
Okay, guys, yeah, I want you to send me that because I want to print it and put it on my wall.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's actually not. That's a great idea.
Okay, we're gonna do that for our draft.
Yeah, we need to have.
We'll have them all over here. I'll get them over there.
But get good size.
This is the one that I was on.
Yes.
And then every time you have someone else on, like when you have big fella.
Yep.
Put down who was on there.
I like that.
That's a great idea, Bootsy.
Bot G Eric, we appreciate having you on, man. What do you got going on? We know you man, out of like the risers, dude. You are just like shot out of a cannon. Every time I go on social media, you're on somebody's podcast. You're always at a sporting event. But what do you got going on right now, man? That football season's not happening.
Oh my gosh, I get to actually rest and hang out with the family, which is a fun thing. I know we got opening days coming for the Dodgers and the Angels coming up pretty soon, so I'll be doing that. And then there's a little bit of international soccer going on. I think Mexico is going to play against Australia at the Rose Bowl at the end of May, so I'm going to be going to that as well. And then hopefully I'll be busy with a lot of World Cup action. And then, I mean, before that, the draft. I know SCDCFC, which is Southern California Dallas Cowboys fan club. There's no off season for them, and they're always prepping or doing all these fun events. So I know there's going to be like a day at the park, kind of like the Unity barbecue that they do in Bakersfield, but they're going to do one in Los Angeles County. So I'm going to try to get involved with that as well. So it's just really fun doing that. And then, of course, I got the Illegitimate Child of Can Fan podcast meets Cowboys.
Hell yes.
It's been really fun. So we got that show every 2 weeks right now going on. And it's just been so much fun. If it wasn't for you guys, I would not be where I am today. We're talking about that with BG on Built Different Group, and he's looking forward to seeing you guys at that Seattle game when we go up there to watch the Cowboys beat on the Super Bowl champs. So yeah, again, I'm super grateful for you guys. I'm super excited for our future, and I mean our future. I know we're gonna got the Brazil game, which is gonna be absolutely bucket list for me. And as far as like boys trips. Guys, Brazil. I mean, can it get any better than that? I don't think so.
It's Brazil. That's my Dominic Toretto.
Is that just all you're gonna be saying?
Oh yeah.
It's Brazil.
It's Brazil.
Just please don't get stabbed.
No, I'm gonna my outfit that I'm gonna have, because AJ has a certain outfit he's gonna wear. I'm gonna get my Dominic Toretto outfit.
Tank top.
Yeah, the white tee. Yeah.
Shake your head.
Yeah.
I need to think about some outfits. Yeah, that's smart. I like it. Boots, man, you couldn't have said it any better, man. We got some fun things happening in 2026. 2026 for Cowboys fans, for Cowboys content creators is, and I know as cliche and stupid as this sounds, is going to be a movie, but it's going to feel like a movie while we're living it out and going to do some of the fun things that we get to do this season.
Yes.
But as always, buddy, it's a pleasure having you on. Appreciate you being on our second mock draft of the year, giving us some insight on some of the players that you have picked. And if you are out there and you are watching Cowboys content creators and you just don't like us and you're just in our comments calling us losers, calling us cowgirls, like you're a 4-year-old.
Looking at our mock draft and seeing someone say, oh, these guys picked Tacario Davis in the 5th round?
Let's stand on business, guys.
Boots stands on business. So go ahead, take yourself into the mirror, look at yourself in the mirror, and tell yourself to go fuck yourselves.
Peace.
Love you, Boots.
Love you too, guys. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.